Here we go. First problem I see here is that the 2 is with that y. We need to divide each side by 2. Take a look at what that's going to give us. I'm going to draw an arrow because I didn't leave very much room there. The 2's are going to cancel on that side, and we get y equals. There's currently a 1 in front of that absolute value. So if you look real careful, now we're going to have a 1/2 absolute value of x. Okay, the vertex, this is your first time doing this, is the number it's opposite of what's inside it with x. Well, there's a 0 in there, right? So that makes it nice. So just a 0, no opposite of 0. And the y value is what number's in the back? Nothing. It's another 0. So our vertex is at 0, 0. Our slope, that is such a pleasant noise. The slope is the number in front of your absolute value. So right there, there's your slope. It's a positive 1/2, which means the V shape is going to open up because it's positive. The axis of symmetry is x equals, you see that number right there, the x value of your vertex. I'm just going to drop it down. That's your axis of symmetry. The transformations, does everybody remember? Absolutely, you remember, right? When there's a 1/2 being multiplied out front, that is a vertical, since it's smaller than 1, a vertical compression of 1/2. It's going to be a short or stepped on graph. Let's plot our vertex, 0, 0. We all know where 0, 0 is. Now let's use our slope to go up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Do that a couple of times. I did it 3 times. Up 1, right 2. Do not make the mistake. The biggest mistake people make is connecting this with a straight line. This is not a y equals mx plus b. So we're going to connect just this side. Now remember, this is a V-shaped graph because it's absolute values. Boy, that's a messy ruler, isn't it? So we're just going to go the other way. Up 1, left 2. Up 1, left 2. Okay, so you do the opposite slope on the other side to make your V shape. Any point that we are graphing fits the equation. And that's it, guys. Pretty nice and easy, I hope. Okay, they got it. Oh, look, I was finally nice. It's just a regular y equals. There's y equals. You don't have to move anything. See how there's nothing inside with x? That makes the first part of the vertex 0. See how there's nothing in the back? That means the second part of the vertex is 0. The slope is a number out front, which is positive 2/1. And that means it's going, because it's positive, it's going to be a graph like that, pointing up. The axis of symmetry is x equals that number right there. And the transformation, since it has a multiply by 2 on the outside, it's bigger than 1. We call it vertical stretch of 2. Now, which one fits all this stuff? Well, they both have 0, 0, but this is the one that goes up. We're going to have to be careful because they were a little bit sneaky, weren't they? We need to go up 2/1. So here's 0, 0. Up 2 is right here. Over 1 is right there. Sneaky when they count by 2's, huh? Up 2/1. There we go. It's got to be A. Because that one goes, if you go up 2 and over 1, there's no point there. So B is out. All this key concept thing says is that you can vertically stretch and compress it. You can move it left and right. And you can move it up and down all at the same time. And we're going to practice that now because that sounds like fun. Problem 4. I enjoy these. Maybe a little bit too much. Good news. Everybody see how it's just y equals? Wasn't that sweet and kind of me? Let's talk about the vertex. The vertex is opposite of what you see on the inside. So a positive 2, that tricks people. Oh, don't let it trick you though, okay? And a positive 4 in the back. That one doesn't change. The slope is the number we see outside. So positive 3/1. Because it's positive, it's going to open up. The axis of symmetry is x equals, drop down that x value from your vertex, 2. Remember, that's the line the graph is going to fold around. The transformations. Let's talk about what the 3 out front does. All right, so the 3 out front is going to vertically stretch it by 3 because it's being multiplied by 3. The minus 2 on the inside moves it to the right 2 units. The plus 4 in the back moves it up 4 units. Now let's graph it. Everybody go to, oh, and it says, how is it transformed? Bloop, right there, we just answered that. Okay, let's go to +2, +4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this nice graph your math teacher gave you. Now, from that point, it's almost like when you do y equals mx plus b, it's almost like your y-intercept, except as your vertex. In fact, look, I'm going to put a nice V by it, which stands for vertex. Up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Ran out of room. Biggest mistake, do you remember from the last one? People get their ruler and they just, boom, make a straight line. This is not y equals mx plus b. Start at your vertex, travel up. Now the other side of the V has to be a perfect mirror image. So up 3, left 1. Up 3, left 1. You just do the opposite slope. Connect. There you go. There it is. And can you see how it's kind of like skinny? That's because of that 3 out front. Can you see how it moved right 2 and up 4? That's because of the 2 and the 4 that we saw. Let's try one more time. Look how nice I was again. Y is all by itself. That was kind of me, wasn't it? Okay, vertex. Opposite of what you see on the inside. Why don't you guys give it a shot? Opposite of what you see on the inside. Exactly what you see on the outside in the back. Hopefully you got +1, comma, -3. Your slope is the number out front. -2/1. Oh, first time we saw a negative, right? That means it's going to be an upside down V. Axis of symmetry is x equals, I'm hoping you're working ahead of me. It's that 1 from your vertex, which means it folds around this line. Transformations, let's talk about what the negative does, okay? So I'm actually going to write these out because some people struggle with the negative. Here we go. The negative sign, that's going to reflect it around the x-axis. In other words, that's what makes it upside. Remember how we said it was upside down? That's why it's upside down. You need to picture the negative as being separate from the 2. Don't say, ooh, it's -2. Say, no, it's negative, so it's reflected. Now let's talk about what the ×2 does. The ×2 is bigger than 1, so it's a vertical stretch by 2. Excuse me. The -1 on the inside, moves it to the, do you remember right or left? It's opposite of what you might want to say. Moves it to the right 1 unit. And what else we got? -3 in the back. That moves it down 3 units. Hopefully you understood yesterday's lesson and all that kind of just got put together there for you. Let's plot our vertex. Over 1, down 3. Let's do, from there, do your slope. Go down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. Remember what I said the biggest mistake was? People get their ruler. I'm going to put a V here for vertex. People just put a straight line there, but it's not y equals mx plus b. It's an absolute value. So do the opposite on the other side. Down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. You should have a perfect V shape. Oopsie. There it is. Now you're all done graphing that line. Notice the axis of symmetry. See, remember how it was x equals 1? Let's see if I can actually do this right now for you. There it is. Does everybody see how it will literally just fold right around that line? If you wanted to pick up the paper and fold it, it would fold and match exactly. Okay, that's all I got for you. Oh, I'm just lying. That's not all I got for you. Oh, you thought you were done. Okay, I did too. We're going to go backwards. You're going to be given a graph, make the equation. This will go fast. Just stick with me, okay? First thing I need you to do, find the vertex. It is at -1, positive 1, 2, 3, 4. So find the vertex, -1, 4. Find the slope. Go to the right, okay? So it goes down 1, 1, 2, 3 till we find the next point. Down 1, 1, 2, 3. So the slope is -1/3. Now for the equation. y equals, put the slope in the front of your absolute value. Remember, it's x, it's opposite of this right here. Just remember when we did point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1? It's the same idea. You're changing this number. So it's x plus 1, and that 4 stays plus 4 in the back. Not too bad. One more, and then I really, really promise you're done. Your vertex is 1, 2, negative 1. So it goes right 2, down 1. Your slope, oh look, it's positive because it's going from your vertex. When we travel to the right, it goes up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes up 1, so 1 over 4. Perfect slope, up 1 over 4. So the equation will be y equals, put that 1/4 in front of a set of absolute value signs. It's x minus this value, so x minus 2, opposite of whatever that 2 was. And then that minus 1 just travels down in the back. Now, I promise you're done, and tomorrow we get to come in and have some fun and practice all by yourself. Have a great night.